Hello, everyone. Little impromptu Monday session here. Normally it's only on Anchor on Mondays, but we decided to try and go live a little bit more.
Impromptu, though. Not a regular
impromptu.
schedule. Tonight, we're coming live.
We're being
impromptu.
spontaneous.
Spontaneous. Still join us on Wednesday show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hey, everybody. All right. Hi, Instagram. Hi, TikTok. We're getting ready to start the show. So give us 1 second.
2, 1.
Go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Tribe of Eden TV. We are so glad you are here on this impromptu live. We are doing Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Our regular show is on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are so happy to be here. We're giggling because Instagram has already tried to shut us down. Ooh, there's a surprise. Hello TikTok, hello Instagram, hello Facebook, hello YouTube. We normally pre-record and upload the show on Mondays, but we have a pressing situation occurring. If you remember our predictions that we only post in the Tribe of Eden subscription group, our third video prediction has already came to be, many of the stuff in there. But if you remember, we said the 27th through the 30th is going to be holy guacamole. So we wanted to come live tonight and start prepping people for what we call the deception play out.
Did you happen to see that meme?
Which one? I saw so many.
There's this meme that says in a relationship, in an abusive relationship with Facebook's community guidelines.
No. Did it really?
Isn't that
oh
the
my
best?
God, that is so funny. That is a funny meme. In an abusive relationship.
Because Facebook, you can put, what your status is, and
Yeah.
it says status in an abusive relationship with Facebook's community guidelines.
That's actually really funny. I absolutely love that.
I thought
All
that'd
right.
be a nice little way to liven the room.
So we have a talk today. We're doing deception is cannot ride or die. And that is because we have massive deception coming up in the near future, in the less than 24 hours, actually. The play out, I kind of feel like I'm a spiritual, athletic coach for them. Because the playbook, we have the plays. Mm-hmm. We're getting the plays through our downloads. We're getting the playbook. And it's all playing out.
It's almost like
our little tiny athletes, which is the collective. Actually, they don't even know we have the playbook.
And we have the Darks playbook too.
We have the
Darks playbook. So
it's kind of funny.
If you know the playbook of the enemy or the opposition, so to speak, if you know that playbook, anything can change with the course correction that's going on with the team. You change your team's playbook because you know what the Darks playbook's going to do. Within 2 plays, the whole playbook can change. The whole thing has to be moved around in a different way. Still, the object of winning the game is still what's going to happen, right? but things can get slightly moved around.
Slightly. The outcome
Slightly.
is always the outcome, though. I have to be clear on that.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
However, when a play is made and it looks good on paper, when it actually comes to seeing it implemented, sometimes it doesn't quite play out how one thinks, which is why the playbook shifts a little bit. And there's these slight course corrections that are needed knowing the Darks playbook. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, for those of you in the tribe that listened to that prediction video, when we were reading part of those predictions that were coming through that we had channeled, the Motherella had channeled, what did they say? Give or take 10 days for what, like the outlier, for any type of unforeseen thing, like in chess, it might take just a few more moves to get the same result.
I think that's good you said that. Did we bring that up in the predictions?
We brought up the 10 days, give or take 10 days. They said, please allow it to give or take within your Earth time, because they see everything in the now playing out.
Yeah.
And they see the now shifting according to what they're coming from, what the Darks playbook is, up to about the fourth dimension. They can't see the light winning.
Dimension. The fourth dimension is cracked. It's gone.
They're still using a computer that reads off the fourth dimension, meaning nothing in the fifth dimension is even, they don't even look at the fifth dimension. They can't. They don't want to see anywhere where the light wins. The dark doesn't. So they don't see the possibilities of losing. So they can't see what the light is doing.
That's very good.
Thank you.
That's a good explanation. So I'm bringing up, so we get a lot of this like backlash stuff. Not as often as I used to, because I'm going to be 52 years young. Oh, by the way.
Anniversary.
Today is Motherella's 15th year as a professional psychic in business. Thank you. So my post today was, I was thinking to do a really long post, but the truth is, I thought, why not make something poignant, you know? When everyone thought I would never succeed in this industry because it's a scam, it's bullshit, nobody will believe it.
Everyone in your immediate vicinity.
In my immediate surroundings,
right.
You know, they used to call it a pipe dream. You're a doctor, you know, you're going through your PhD.
Don't throw it away.
Yeah,
that's
you're
real.
A nurse,
Doctorates
you're
are real.
A board certified midwife, like you're a holistic practitioner, very successful. Don't get me wrong.
Certified PhD in organic nutrition.
Yeah. So, 15 years. As Motherella Incorporated, as of today, 15 years, based on a message I received from Spirit, in which I thought it was going to be a t-shirt company. So with that said, my post today was, don't let others tell you what the puck, F word, puck, P-H-U-K, to do with your life, manifest you. Just manifest you. If you continue to do you, no one can fuck up your plan. It's that simple. Right. So here I am, 15 years as the rebirth. And
Motherella reborn from the ashes.
Reborn, rebirth. Many of you have watched me from the very beginning. I reinvent myself every 3 years. This time it's a little different because this time I am living quantum, and we entered into quantum, and I'm not going back to the 3D false dome that we're in. I'm staying in 5D, and I'm going to continue my work through the 5D consciousness and my teachings, my wisdom.
This is the first time, like you said, you've reinvented yourself. But reinventing oneself is kind of going back to, okay, that didn't work, I'm going to try something else. Rebirthing oneself is to go back to the very conception of the plan, of the idea, of that, of everything that has come forward and said, these are all the things that did work. I'm going to rebirth myself in a way that I've paid attention to everything that didn't from the beginning, and rebirth it in a new way of co-creation.
And the rebirth, the aspect of Motherella is me. I'm the aspect. I am
exactly.
Motherella. I don't resonate with my name, Michelle, my birth name. I never have. but I'm Motherella. It's my spiritual name. And so when you rebirth yourself and you have massive self-love, and don't get me wrong, many of you have seen, I've almost walked away several times. I have hit rock bottom,
Shit, you almost walked away from me.
I almost did.
Just recently.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know if everyone wants to hear that, though. But,
it's being truthful.
It is being truthful. I'm very raw, very authentic. I don't hide behind pictures and smiley faces on Instagram. If I'm having a bad fucking day, you'll know. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you how I pull myself out of it. But the rebirth is excellent, which leads us into the deception part, because I'm not here to deceive the people who've been working with me for 15 years. I'm not here because of myself. I am here because I stand in my authentic truth, and it resonates with the people who work with me. It's that simple.
Everything is about being in a space of offering empowerment.
Empowerment to others.
Empowerment is not something that you just ignite someone, right? Like you turn on the stove and suddenly they're good to go, and then you walk away with the pilot light.
Yep.
Empowerment is giving someone their own pilot light, as allowing their ability to ignite themselves, as opposed to something that's just motivational and a bunch of good, happy feeling words and stuff that are going to make you feel good. I can tell you how many clients have not felt good when they've done a reading with Motherella because they heard some things they didn't really want to hear. But when they followed through and started to realize, why don't I like that? Why don't I like what I'm hearing? Oh, it's the resistance. It's me trying to do it all on my own. It's me not wanting to listen. It's actually an experience of having given up control before and had it not work out. See, that's the thing with human beings. They're conditionally trained to have one bad experience and forever forget it. Never try it again.
Forever they're fucked.
Never try again. It happened this way. It was too painful. Do not want to ever. And they hold on to that pain, and they build up that pain to the point where if they do try again, they immediately get that result subconsciously, because they've already created this mental space of failure.
They created their own deception.
And
of what
that deception, that illusion that occurred creates its own energy subconsciously that person might not even be aware of.
So when we talk about deception tonight, thank you for all the kind words. I see all your comments and stuff. And thank you for the roses on TikTok. I love it. Thank you. So with that said, when we talk about deception, we're going to move into something that I get a little, as he would call, dragging about. That's the... I get a little dragging about it because I've said this before. We're all psychic mediums. I can't do anything from a basic standpoint that everybody who's watching and listening can't do. Everyone is entitled to step into their intuition. Everyone. That's the beauty.
It is your birthright.
It's your birthright. Living in this dome, this false reality or not, you still have the right to step into your intuition to see
for yourself, not for other people.
Nope.
For you, your own insight, which is in the bullshit. Tuition. Yes.
Yeah, to see through. That's the beauty. And I've been able to see for a very long time, but the question I would ask myself I should have asked myself back then is, was I listening? Because I can see through the bullshit. I know it's bullshit, but then I stayed in it to see. It's almost like I was trying to have that competitive game with myself and fight against spirit. So when I ended up in resistance, that's how I ended up in fucked up situations, because I didn't follow my guidance, even though it was there and I was hearing it and seeing it as clear as day. Don't think for a second you can't get vibed by when you meet people. Right away if they're bad, but then what do? Oh, well, we'll try to go on another date with them.
It's called
we'll try to hang out with them. We'll be friends with them.
Impression. It is impressed like a footprint. In your empathic heart.
But
and within those first 10 seconds,
anyway, right? Male, female, whatever.
Those first 10 seconds,
you've
already created your version of who that person is based off of how they presented themselves, which means 3-4 years down the road, they're still acting like an asshole, or they're still doing something completely out of character. You're like, that's not them, because I'm basing all of my understanding I stand under this 10 seconds in the first time I met them.
Yeah, so we stay. And then we want to get mad when our relationships fail. We get pissed. Oh, they did this to us. They did that to us. No, we did it to our fucking self because we knew from the beginning we shouldn't have been in it. And then we stay to see how it plays out.
And then that builds.
We think it's the right thing to do.
That builds trauma.
Absolutely.
So I'm getting out of these things, the longer we don't get out of them, the more we build up trauma, for ourselves and the next person. Even if the next person that comes along, well-meaning, is the opposite of that, that trauma can create an overlay over that person and make them seem like they're the same person, even though they're not. Yeah,
that's called decoy. We have decoys. We have spiritual decoys that come in front of us in the form of love interests. But I want to go a little deeper than just the human decoys, because I want to bring up more about what's going on in the collective. I know we can go on down the rabbit hole on this discussion.
She wants to get straight into the substrate.
I want to go straight into the substrate is a good one, because I've said this before about my gifts, and I'm not here to be challenged because I'm all about standing in my own inner truth. If you resonate with my work and you resonate with the years I've been doing this, 45, almost 46 years, I have been channeling the dead, the aliens, the reptilians, whatever you want to call it. Professionally today, 15 years. Thank you for my hearts, Raven. I love them on TikTok.
There was a giant heart with a halo around it.
So with that said, I can't say this enough, that I have no problem letting the collective know when I see false light workers who take what I've been doing and working so hard to do for the mass humanity and destroy it by bringing in false light. It infuriates me because there are so many fake spiritual teachers and fake psychics out there who are getting paid high money to completely lead you down the road of false light. It's scary. It's scary because I can see it. I'll hear 2 words and I'll be like, scroll. I already know. I can hear it like this. But there is something I want to make very clear to those who might not know and might be new to me. I have been able to see, like how he's sitting here, how I'm watching myself. I have been able to see alien species, afterlife, the dark and the light since I've been 6. My first interaction of dark happened when I was 8. Just because I don't talk about it doesn't mean it don't happen. I have been touched. I have scars on my body. I have been taken. I have been wiped. My memory has been wiped twice. Twice in almost 52 years. I know when it happened. I know where I was, and I know how it occurred. So they can't hide. So when people ask, well, how do you know you're not dealing with false light? Like, how do you know they're not shape-shifting? How do you know they're not, showing themselves in one way or the other? Because when you have that type of clear seeing, which is what I can see so clear that they cannot lie and hide from me. The difference is that not always do I listen. But when it comes to channeling, when it comes to getting information in order to hear the predictions, share the predictions, I don't need to pat myself on the back because it's not my information. I'm just the vessel. I'm just the vessel and the channeler. And then since we've been together, he's the vessel and the channeler. And now you got 2 30-year veterans here. Yeah, you're really a veteran, a Marine veteran. I shouldn't say that. What are we? 30-year what?
It's fine.
30-year
veteran, spiritual veteran. You got it.
Spiritual veterans.
That's fine.
Who come together in this powerhouse form and now are channeling at levels that are just through the roof. So
there's an amplification there.
So to answer the people who want to, and we got this question in the tribe too. How do we not know Mother Rala and Walker are dealing with reptilian fakes? Because I can see them. I've been seeing them for years. They can't hide. When you have a certain level of gift, we all have gifts. We all have it in different levels. Everyone is a psychic medium. Everyone, unless you have done something to yourself to disconnect your unity.
And that can be something that wasn't exactly informed consent. Could be something that was implied consent. Could be something you don't even remember. However, the way this works is mind control and spiritual amnesia. That is a thing.
It is very much
can wipe someone's brain, have them do something that is karmically inappropriate, and then have them suffer the consequences of it, and they don't even know why. Or have them so overcome with guilt that they don't want to admit to what they did, remember that they did it, and say, I don't know, something happened in my body and I did it, and I have to fess up to it. There is literal ways to mind control people and to use them. And we say that because we have worked through every kind of vibrational match in ourselves as trauma and continue to do so. If it comes up, it's a lot faster than it used to be. It used to take years. Now it's like 2 or 3 seconds, like, oh my God, I'm feeling triggered. Okay, okay, clear.
But I'm not even talking just about that part of seeing.
That is something that is important.
In the mirror. It is important.
We can only feel the collective and be afraid and feel the pain and trauma of the collective in a way that affects us personally by whatever vibrational match to that trauma that we have. That's the only way they can affect us. That's how they play this game in this theater, this amphitheater dome, is they make us play out the things and then they wipe their hands and say, well, I didn't do it. Look, they have free will. They're fucking the world up.
But I think people need to understand that I can physically see. I see in them.
I don't think they're not understanding that. I think they can definitely know that you see things.
There are many psychic mediums who can see the physical reptilian.
Yes.
In this dome. We live
Those
in a dome.
who have eyes to see and ears to hear can already see and hear spirits.
Yeah.
If
so for me,
they are quiet enough and calm enough in their space to discern what is actually before them.
Yeah. So there is no trickery. You know who got tricked? I tricked myself because I didn't follow myself. I followed false light. You want to know why? Because I trusted too many people in my life.
And she's talking about being deceived in her own life.
Yeah, that's right.
Not giving deception to others. That's something she's very clear on.
Nope. I hear what I hear.
Very
and I see
clear.
what I see. But with myself, I've had deception.
Yes. And more often than not, what you have with empathic individuals and beings is they're going to want the best for everyone else but themselves. They're not going to listen to their own stuff that they're doing. I see it all the time. I see tons of people that tell people to do things that they're not doing themselves. That's something that we have really worked on in our authenticity. There's been about 4 times in my life, probably more in yours actually, where we could have been millionaires over and over and over by selling out the human race.
But
and we
what?
said, for fucking what?
What do you get from it? Nothing.
What
Nothing.
Good does it do to sell your soul? Because I'll tell you, even trillions of dollars is selling your soul pretty fucking cheap. We got to go to a break.
Already?
Yes, already.
Oh my gosh, it's almost commercial break time. Do you believe that? Fuck.
We'll be right back.
We haven't gotten in our talk. We'll be right back. Tribe of Eden TV in this impromptu Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please join us on Wednesday evenings live on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We were on a hot topic of deception, and we get a little off track sometimes because we talk about many different things. We were talking about
by
ourselves.
we, she means me.
No, I
yes,
just
you
did
do.
it. I
Just
was talking
say,
about
just
myself.
say, I get off topic because you call me this computer that goes on this random search engine.
People. But that's a good thing, and it's okay if we go off topic. People. But I want people to know there's a deception of self where you choose to not follow your guidance, and you end up going into this play game. And all you're doing is deceiving yourself because you're not speaking your authentic truth. You're not living in your inner power. You're giving yourself up for everybody else. You're totally decepting yourself.
Right.
There's a difference of that versus where you're cognitively not following your guidance versus the deception of the false lights that are playing out around us.
Exactly.
There's tons of false light. We live in a dome. Everything you're seeing is an illusion. It's an illusion. So to create the conscious connection of the real earth, the new earth.
Not this fucking planetarium amphitheater that you all have on a stage.
We're like a people aquarium.
Yeah.
It's so funny
Terrarium.
to me that I don't understand how people can't see it.
Why does this world look real though? Because it's based on a crystalline grid. The matrix lies over the crystalline grid, and we project what real Earth looks like within this amphitheater based off of our consciousness, based on the patternings we're told from birth. So
your world's only real as you perceive it.
Exactly.
As the mind perceives it.
And that's a statement that was actually made by that gentleman Christoph, the character Christoph in the Truman Show. They say, well, why doesn't Truman figure out that he lives in an illusion? And he said, we accept the reality that we're presented with.
Yeah.
That is a belief system. We are actually on autopilot and slaves to our belief systems until we awaken. When we awaken to this is just a script. This is just a story. This is just a pain, pleasure, continual tragedy, comedy that just plays out over and over again until we awaken to the empowerment that we are creating our own reality. So how do you know? How do you know when someone is deceiving you? The best way to know what deception is to learn at the root, the etymology of where these root words come from. This is how you can actually figure out how these things work. So you have deceive. Well, de is Latin for from. And then you have deceit, which is capere, which means to take. So deception is actually the shun. Anytime you add shun to something,
it's an action.
It's an action. So it is the act of taking from. This is where that phrase comes from, getting taken for a ride. This is why deception can't ride and it can't hide. So you will know when someone is deceiving you when they have that believe me fucking face. Please believe me, I'm telling you something, and it's so true. And it sounds good. Wow, they're telling me all this good stuff. It sounds good.
And your gut's going, no, it's not.
Your gut's going, wait,
you're lying.
There's something a little off. When we give information, which is all it is, it's just how data is formed. When we give information based off of the clarity of how we are resonating, we don't do it from a space of believe me. We do it from a space of, does it resonate with you? If it resonates with you, then it is your truth also. If it doesn't, then that's okay. We're divinely indifferent to people's free will decisions. Everyone has their own free will with themselves. As soon as I start to decide what your free will is, I am wrong. As soon as I tell you you're doing it wrong, I'm wrong. That is not respecting your sovereignty. No one can tell you you're wrong if you're only applying it to yourself. None of these voices that are screaming, do it this way, do it that way, will ever have to live with the consequences of your actions. Remember that. When they're telling you to live your life the way they want you to, they won't be there when you fall flat on your face because it doesn't work for how you want to live your life. That's the deception. And it can be very subtle. So you'll know when someone isn't deceiving you when there's a co-creation. When there's a co-creation in dialogue, when you feel amplified by speaking to them and they're not feeling drained and you're not feeling drained. That's how you know you are speaking to someone that actually is supportive of your best interests, even if that's not their interest. That's the difference.
So for those that want to question what we teach and how we channel what we work, the truth is we just offer it.
We absolutely have no problem with question everything in the world.
Question it all you want to yourself.
But find out why.
But also, I'm not going to change. I'm not here to, okay, one of the things I teach psychic mediums in my courses, classes, all the students I put out, is stop allowing the receiver of the channel to dictate how you get your information. Then you are not working for spirit. You are working for ego. Mm-hmm. I don't care what the person on the receiving end believes or doesn't believe. I'm here to channel. I get the information and I share it. I am the vessel. I am the communicator. I'm the channeler of spirit. I've said that for years. And whoever's receiving it, okay, the only deception you can have through that channeling experience is your own fear and worry, creating a false belief system based on imprinted false beliefs you've been grown up with, indoctrinated with, incarnated with, trauma incarnated with, karma debt incarnated with, soul contract incarnation with, where you cannot connect with that information. The stuff we teach and the wisdom we give, if it resonates, great. Stay in the tribe, join us, be part of here. But if it doesn't, there are other people that'll resonate with you to follow.
Teach it. We live it.
That's very true.
This is something that I have been very, very firm in how you define a leader. A leader a leader leads by example, not for followers. He doesn't command or demand people.
Don't false worship.
Don't follow anyone.
Don't false worship.
If you see someone leading and they're leading by living their life, this is something that I teach. I teach that if I have a problem, if I judge anyone outside of myself, then the problem is within me. Because I should be able to feel so divinely in self-love that I have no problem with anyone else. In fact, I should be in a space where I'm not attracting those kinds of people into my life at all.
I was so bad at that. I would growing up, oh, fuck.
But that's the thing. Growing up, you have these patterns.
People who follow me that I grew up with, I need to apologize to you now because I know you're watching. I'm sorry for being such a see you next Tuesday. Oh, I was such a bitch.
A weekly see you next Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Weekly.
Yes.
You can set your alarm to it.
Everyone who grew up with me, if you're watching, I am so sorry if I punched you in the face or judged you or talked about you behind your back.
And let's look at that for a second.
I'm sorry.
Let's look at that for a second.
Oh.
Is that you? Is that you now?
No, it's not me now, but it was me then.
It was somebody else then because you don't.
It was Michelle who I fucking can't stand.
We'll get to that.
Can't stand her.
We'll get to that.
Don't like that.
Michelle had a really fucked up life, by the way.
Stop it. Shh.
You want to know the abuse?
They know.
I know.
I told them.
But the only thing Michelle knows, that little child, is pain.
That's very
suffering.
That's very
so if you don't like Michelle, you are giving her the same experience over and over again of pain and suffering and abandonment.
I have the dragon side of me that goes, just don't fucking listen to me.
Yeah, dragons love to just burn everything up. See, dragons think they can just burn everything. Like, oh, they're talking and I don't like what they're saying. Good, burn to a crisp. Don't have to deal with them. Or they just eat them. They'll just burn them and then eat them and roast, done. Dragons within the reptilian side of actual real dragons, dragon lineage, have to learn to use some diplomacy and not burn everything in sight. Because guess what? The more things they burn, the more fucking things they find to attract in their life to burn down. Till they burn down their own life and they get burned themselves.
So that's where
speaking not to Motherella, speaking for myself as a dragon, I know I've burned my life to a crisp.
I have too.
We both have.
I have too.
This is why we don't say, hey, look, we're gurus. We know what we're talking about.
Don't ever
saying,
call me a guru.
all we're saying is we've had these lives, we've been through the school of hard knocks and been in the trenches for quite some time. Here's how we got out of them.
Everyone needs
Here's
to be
how
a
we
guru
live this.
of themselves. They all need to be a guru
Everything
of themselves.
that I've been through, if I hate any of it, then I hate myself now because it has made me who I am today.
Yeah.
If I hate those people in my life that put me through those things, then I also have to love everything that they did to get me where I'm at. You can't have it both ways. If I'm as good as I am today because of them or in spite of them, I have to give them credit in both. I can't just give them credit for all the bad things. That's not going to work. So how about I just take on all the responsibility myself and say, I'm going to do it differently. It's my responsibility instead of giving them any credit.
Whoa.
Grateful for the experience to realize what I don't want.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
Should we take some questions?
No, I love what you're saying.
Have we hammered it in?
I don't know. I still think we got a little off topic. I was just trying to say deception can be seen. And if you have a clear enough channeling and a clear enough clairvoyance and you're able to see in remote view, you can see right through the reptilian infiltration.
Given the nature of this inverted matrix.
That's what I was actually supposed to be talking about.
Given the nature of this inverted matrix dome, everyone can have some form of fear-based trauma. Mm-hmm. That then when the simulated environment, the news, situations in one life that they don't like, anything can be triggering to those traumas, especially when the collective is in a complete upheaval of breaking this place. They're smashing this dome. They're getting rid of this control. And the illusion is wearing off.
You can only deceive yourself.
That's true.
By not standing in your sovereignty and standing in the false light and following these spiritual, I can't stop pumping this home, these spiritual leaders and teachers who are totally bullshitting their way through this manufactured shit we're going through. I'm watching them do it. And I can say this as a doctor of natural health. I have the title to say it. If they're pushing you to put toxic substances in your body, that is not God. God didn't go up there and go, hey, you know what? Archangels, get over here. Let's tell this psychic to go put toxins in their body. Let's do that. Let's make it this few, and we're going to tell them to go. In fact, archangels, let's go put it right into their bloodstream. How about that? No, let's make it in the muscle because the muscle it'll distribute quick. No, actually, let's change out the DNA. Mm-hmm. If anyone thinks God is telling a spiritual teacher to tell you it's okay, run, don't pay them, run in the other direction. You have a discernment, you have a choice to make if you're going to choose health and wealth and happiness or choose the other part of free will where you have false worship for false leadership and create the problem alongside crimes against humanity. So you have a choice.
Mm-hmm. There's the
deception you deceive.
Let's just put it this way. Let's not even say it's toxic. Let's not even say it's toxic. Let's say someone approaches you, a stranger, and they say, here's a sandwich, eat it.
No, they're going to go, what's in the sandwich? Is there gluten? Oh my God, is there peanuts in there? What's in it? Is it made with wheat? But they won't ask what's in a jab.
Exactly. So,
yeah. How long is that meat
wait a second, what's in it? No, just eat it. Trust me, I'm a chef. Mm-hmm. Are you a good chef or a bad chef?
Yeah.
What's in it? No, honestly, no, just take it. I'm a chef. Trust me, it's okay. Mm-hmm. Like you said, most people will be like, is there gluten? I have a peanut allergy, right? But they won't question something that they're injecting into their body that's not going to be, excremented, in a few hours.
It cracks me up. It's
amazing.
The people who take medicine like it's Skittles. Oh, is this M&M day? Is this M&M
day?
Oh, okay. And they get all these little white pieces of paper.
I want to get the blue ones.
Take this one every day, this one 3 times a day, this one, prescription number 90. Yeah.
The blue ones are my favorite.
I wrote prescriptions for years. I still have a prescribing license. I haven't prescribed in, I can't even tell you how long.
She only recommends things.
I recommend.
And even then, it's a disclaimer, it's not as medical advice, it's as a spiritual intuitive.
I retired from that bullshit life.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was indoctrinated through school. Don't get me wrong.
So these spiritual people, supposedly spiritual, these gurus and experts, and anytime they say trust the expert, run. Do the opposite. Just don't even listen. Because they're all talking to you from the space of reading a book. Something they learned, someone else told them this. They haven't experienced it themselves. They haven't done it themselves. They haven't gone to that level to give you true, authentic experience.
Or they tell you things so they make you feel like you need them.
There is a faction of the dark that parades around in these white coats like they're the light. Dark workers can wear white too. It's not mutually exclusive, you know? The level of the manipulation of these institutions, of the indoctrination of these areas, the spiritual communities, they are well paid, they are well funded, and they are spoon feeding people information to get them to trust them enough to control them. We're not here to control anyone.
Absolutely not.
And they're also pushing this whole new age of these new spiritual leaders and the aliens that are coming, and you're going to, they're going to be so higher consciousness than us, and we should listen to them and blah, 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 blah. You will not meet another being that is of the light where you will feel any type of fear from them ever, or any type of deception. You will feel such a space of bliss because that is where the heart resonates. You will speak heart to heart. So this entire controlled opposition of the false light is the iron fist in a velvet glove. It is just the next stage of your enslavement. We don't teach anything about how to shackle you. We teach how to empower yourself, because empowering oneself empowers others. That's why we get shut down all the time.
And share how we've done it.
We only talk about how we've done it
next week. And don't think for a second the amount of fucking work I have put into take all the trauma and literally, I love how people want to take 25, 30 years of trauma and think they heal it in a session or two.
Quantum soul retrieval kind of does that from the quantum. Just, I might be a little biased. Sorry.
They only need 2 sessions with you. But what do they do after?
Sometimes 1. Follow through.
Thank you.
The follow through is the most important part.
I was going to say they
the homework.
Need 1 or 2 guidance on how to get there.
True.
And then if you put in the fucking inner work yourself and stop waiting for everyone to do it for you, you would heal much quicker. But if you are going and coming from a place of 25 plus years of never working on yourself, never healing your trauma, and you think you're going to have a 2 quick fix.
Well, you're not healing, 5D, probably.
It's impossible.
Fifth dimensional individuals have reached a stage of going, I own my life. I own all this stuff. I own all the good, all the bad. I just want to have a better life. A quantum soul retrieval comes from a space of opening up a space of self-healing. I don't heal anybody. That's the disclaimer. I don't heal anyone. You heal yourself through the quantum. Then what occurs after that meditation is the homework. That's where all the triggers and the crap comes up that goes, oh, this no longer serves me. And that's where you start to clear out those timelines, which eventually lead to you having no trauma whatsoever in the quantum. So someone that is just waking up, most likely, and from what I've seen, if they're truly 5D, they're not expecting a quick fix because they've been doing the hard work their whole lives. The ones that wake up in this next stage that suddenly have a...
What do you mean wake up? There is no more.
There are some 3D people.
July 5th, 2021, we entered quantum.
There are some 3D people.
Whoever's awake is awake.
In the transition that will have a rapid awakening. And it might just destroy them.
August. Our prediction date of August 13th.
We might not even see them.
The 15th.
I know they're out there. I know
Yeah.
that there are souls that have chosen to wait to the 11th hour to ascend. I do not. I thought I chose a hard path. I don't at all. Don't at all envy that. Should we take some questions?
I don't know if I want to. But maybe. Do you want to? Why not?
I'm still in the show. I haven't left yet, so I'm definitely still involved and want to see questions and people and
All
answer.
right, let's see. All right, let's take some questions. Hi, Instagram. Hi, TikTok.
She
Hi,
got a
YouTube.
little
Hi,
fire in
Facebook.
her belly, a little dragon rumbly tumbly.
So let's take this one. This is a good one. Segovianan. I hope I pronounced it right. I don't mean to butcher anyone's stage names here. I wish my kidneys were fixed. I know they could have been fixed now. I'm stuck in big pharma. No one is stuck in big pharma.
Unless
No
you
one.
believe you're stuck, then you're truly stuck if you believe it.
We entered quantum July 5th, 2021. Anyone who's living in vibrational quantum living or wants to live in vibrational quantum living knows within their own soul connection and their discernment, sovereignty, however you want to call it, that the body is able to heal in rapid form in a state of natural whole health. However, you have to be willing to go through the sick and the pain to do that, to clear your body of the toxins in order to get it whole again. So it is a process.
Dis-ease.
It is a process that takes a while, but I know many, many patients who've actually healed their own cancers and are still alive, who have healed their own organs and are still alive. Many. I've been doing this a long time. So
dis-ease is the absence of wellness. You are naturally supposed to be well and healthy.
naturally, but
Naturally.
you feeling stuck in big pharma is a fear pattern that I would recommend breaking the fear pattern first before you even try to heal your inner self with your like disease, your state of imbalance, and heal the trauma first that created the kidney. Because we all like to blame things. A lot of times our organs are affected by our imbalances from our chakra system and our trauma patterns. So going into a place of wholeness and healing your inner child first is where I would start before you even go down that road. So
Every symptom has a root cause, and that root cause is some form of trauma that creates fear and distortion within the body. Any kind of dis-ease comes from basically this overuse, this burnout, so to speak, that occurs from either it's either from cellular toxicity or an organ deficiency.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So, so much homework on day 4 of the homework. I'm hoping to get a flow going soon. There is a lot of homework. We give a lot of homework. I give homework in my readings. He gives homework assignments through his his spectra and supernova. Homework is misrepresented sometimes because it makes you feel like you're having to do work. When in truth, home, because if you have homeostasis, home, and you do the work for home, homeostasis, then it's no longer work. It becomes very connected.
It's an investment in yourself.
It's investment in yourself. So, inner work is what resides in the place of home. This is home. We teach a lot about your sacred space. Create a sacred space and do your inner work in that sacred space that no one is allowed to enter.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to hear people say, well, I have kids. I had 3 kids. And I was a single mother and I was hitting rock bottom multiple times and I still was able to do my work.
And she still set up a boundary that said, kids do not enter. This is my sacred space.
He watches me. Nobody believes me until they've been around me. He watches me. I'm very clear with my children. This is, do not, unless you're bleeding or something happened, do not call me or text me or do anything in this time frame when this is my time. I'm very big on self-care, self-love. He always says, I've never met anyone with the self-care that you have.
Never.
It's insane.
Never.
And I'll stop what we're doing to do it. No issue with it, just working on figuring out the schedule the best that works. Oh yeah, no. I know there's no issue with it. Yeah. I know. I was just kind of giving it to the people who didn't know. Mother Ella, can you suggest a concrete way of recognizing false light, or is it strictly our intuition's judgment? So in my book, I wrote about Mother Ella's 3 to 5 second rule. It's something I've been teaching for 20 years, that within 3 to 5 seconds, you know. Anything past 5 seconds is ego creeping in. And this is based on how the brain's capacity is to think and process through rationalization occurs. So within the first 3 to 5 seconds, if you are able to instantly know that something feels off, not right, is questionable, that's your concrete way of knowing. Not everyone can see through. Like when I look at people, even this is a lot of times what I don't do in person. I can see right. I'm very distracted because I can see right through. I'm seeing a hologram. Is that a good word?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So unless you're able to see that type of stuff, then you go with your intuition in the first 3 to 5 seconds.
And make sure that it's a gut response as a space of going, this feels off, instead of a fear-based response, which could be something that's trying to trigger you from having something that's happy or something that's going to give you a different experience that could be of the light. Make sure that the response that you feel is in a space of feeling calm, and at the same time going, I feel calm, but there's something off. That's when you know within that 3 seconds. If you're immediately like in 3 seconds, like, oh my God, that could be a triggering.
Yeah. So,
which most likely stay the fuck away from whatever that is that's triggering you and figure out what is in you attracting it.
Yeah. All right. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see if we got any others. Hello from Australia. Hi, Australia. What else we got? Anything else? We only have like a minute left. Siani, I'm waiting for more verses. We have so many coming.
So many.
We have to trickle the information in, because if not, it can get overwhelming.
There is so much.
Palm Tree Productions, your book is amazing. Helped me so much. Thank you both for your response. You're very welcome, and I'm very glad my book has helped you and helped many. For those who don't know, in the Tribe of Eden TV Vimeo subscription, there is a ton of course stuff that we have in there. It's some of our best stuff that we have channeled from different galactic councils, different beings, different things that are retelling the story of the origins of essentially this seed point of the Garden of Eden, and how humanity was created. And we're in, I think we're on our 17th video now. Yeah. In our second season. And man, the amount of information that's coming out, we're just starting to get past Atlantis. Yep. So if you're interested in joining. Yeah, if you're interested in joining the tribe, go to vimeo.com/on-demand/Tribe of Eden. Or you can go into our bios on Instagram. We both have the link in there. But please head over to the tribe, join us. It's $20 a month. You get all of our work for that price, and as well as a lot of special discounts that are not available to the tribe. And light codes. Cancel clearly that are not available to the public. And you get all of the bonus content, all of our predictions, as well as all the light code meditations to activate your own connection in your own DNA. These are DNA repairs. Yes. These are actual biological upgrades that are going on in your body. Yes. All right. So Instagram, TikTok, you can hold on a minute. We're going to end the show here professionally. Thank you. We'll see you all Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Take care, everyone. We love you.